Hey, welcome back, my amazing student. So in this lecture here, I'm going to show you how we can do some validation in our application. Now, make sure that your application is actually running like this, so that way we can see the errors. And my idea is to create the validation on the back end, pass it to the template, and show these errors here for each of these inputs. All right? Now, we can do this in many different ways, but this is one of the easiest and most simplest way, actually, we can do this. And then I'm going to take it up and kick it up a notch in maybe following lectures or a next course where I can show you some more advanced stuff. But anyway, let's start with this. And I'm going to take this off. And I'm going to comment this guy out. I'm going to start right here on top, actually. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this in parentheses so that way I don't have to write two lines. And what I can do here is super simple. I can say, give me the username or give me empty space, right? And what I want the return data to be is stripped from any spaces in the beginning or the end, all right? And at the same time, it's going to help us return back something that doesn't give us an error, all right? Like none, right? None would give us an error, but strip is going to return a string back, and it's not going to give us any errors, all right? So I can do this for all of them, all right? So go ahead and put that in there. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take care of putting the parentheses on all of them really quick, like this, and boom. And now I'm going to do the or and then the strip right here. Take the comma out right there. And this is so I don't have to do two lines, all right? That's why I put the parentheses. If I didn't put the parentheses, I would have to go and grab, let's say, username and do strip on username and return back the same username. So yeah. Yeah, this one here, or, and then strip. As a matter of fact, we don't even need to strip the password here. We can just put empty space here and this one here. So let's do it on the first ones. Those are the ones that need more help, right? Passwords, we don't want to do that. Passwords can have many different things, and so it's not good to be playing around doing stripping spaces from passwords or anything like that. Let's go ahead, and what I'm going to do here, I'm going to write a statement here that's going to say I want the username to be between this character and this amount of characters, right? So I'm going to put parentheses here. I'm going to say if not, and let's say 3 characters is fine. And we're going to say less than. I'm going to use a function here to find the length of the username. Right? And this expression here, this statement is going to say, I want the username to be between 3 and 80 characters. Simple as that. And then what I'm going to do on top here, I'm going to create a errors list. And I'm going to make this empty, of course. And I come back here. And if this fails, I want to save some data in here. Simple as that. So I'm going to say errors, and I'm going to access append here. So every time you have a list in Python, you have a bunch of methods available when you have, built-in stuff like this. And here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say username must be between 3 and 80 characters. All right, that's it. All right, let me see how many minutes we are into this video because we have a lot more to cover. All right, so I'm going to cover something really quick here. It has to do with regular expressions. Now, regular expressions are something in programming a little hard to understand at first, but everything uses regular expressions. I'm going to import the RE module here that's going to allow me to do regular expressions. And regular expressions is all about matching data, all right? So every time you do, let's say, Command F in your or Control F in your editor, you're using regular expression behind the scenes to match anything you want. As a matter of fact, you can use regular expressions here like this, right? But anyway, let's go back in here. And that's what I'm going to use right here. And don't worry too much. I might give you the snippet here so you don't have to write it because it's a little confusing for beginners. I might have a course on regular expressions. And by the way, that's a good skill to have, all right? Anyway, Regular expressions usually have this match method that we can use. Okay? And let's see. If not, rematch. And this is in programming in general, guys. It's not just something in Python. This is available in JavaScript, PHP. This is available in Java, C#. All programming languages, most of them have this stuff here. And let me copy this snippet. Let me get it from somewhere. Hold on. Yeah. All right. So I didn't want to make a mistake because this is very sensitive stuff here. But I'm going to give you just a little bit of information about some of the symbols here, so that way you guys have a pretty good idea what they are, all right? For those of you that are brand new. So here, basically, what we're doing here with this caret symbol is saying, hey, start at the beginning. The dollar symbol means end the string. Now, these symbols, they all have meaning, but basically the idea is this. The idea is that you want to match something here. Let's say something inside here, all right? Now, this rematch is going to return either an object with the result, right? Or it's going to return that it's not, that it doesn't work. It's not matching, right? Some type of error back, all right? But we're matching something here. That's the main idea. What are we matching? We're matching email, right? Whatever we want to match in here. So the email basically here, we're matching, we're saying, hey, listen, I want the @ symbol here. I want to match the @ symbol. Anything before the @ symbol, and then something after that symbol with a dot and whatever comes next. So basically what we're matching is, for example, tpm@gmail.com, right? It needs something before, then the @ symbol, and then it needs something after, some words after, and then the .com. That's why you see the dot here, and here some words, all right? So basically, that's what we're doing here. All right. Sorry if I went too far for those of you that don't like that stuff, but I know there are some beginners that will appreciate this. And maybe you want to take a course. I probably have some links in the description. So let's go ahead and put this here and say something like, please enter a valid email. So this is just to validate the email, okay? And let's do another one here for the password. So if length, and we'll check password here. And we'll say if the length is less than 6 characters, then we have a problem, Houston. And then we're gonna append this error here, errors. And let's see what we can say here. And say password needs to be between 6 characters. To be at least 6 characters. All right. All right. Another thing that I want to check here real quick is if the password field, this one, and the password confirm, or the confirm, I think I called it right here, matches, right? We need to confirm that. And we're going to say if password not equal this, then we're going to append some errors again. And we're going to say, hey, passwords don't match, right? Perfect. And here we're going to say if no errors, then we don't have any issues here, right? We can just return whatever, right? Let's just put an F string here and say valid input received, even though we're not going to need that. I think we're good. Let's just put the email here. All right. So when we return in the template, what we need to do is return errors here as well. So we'll say errors equals to errors. All right. Let's see if our application did not break. Refresh. Yeah, it broke. So let's make this a little smaller so you can get the whole thing in there. And let me open this and saying expected on line 68. I've probably forgot some colon. So, oh, I don't see anything forgotten there, maybe before. So let's just do Python app. Everything working here, everything working here. So if we have any issues and we need to do something else, we'll probably do that in the next lecture. But this first part or second part is done. And I'll see you guys on the next one. All right? Take care.